if you're suffering from weak, floaty iron shots, just like this shot here, and you know you can hit the ball further, well, I'm going to show you exactly how to get that distance out the tank. So this drill is going to immediately result in shots like this, penetrating, powerful ball flight. The exact same club as was hit in that first shot there. As you can see, it's gone tremendously further. So this is going to help you gain 2 to maybe even 3 clubs worth of distance. Such a good drill, and it's even done by Rory Mcilroy. So as I said, this drill is done by Rory Mcilroy, pound for pound, by far the longest hitter on tour. So I learned this from Rory, not in person, but by watching Sky Sports years ago on one of the Open Championships. This could be 5, 6, 7 years ago. And what Rory was saying, this was a little thing called the open zone, where players would go and hit shots in front of the cameras and talk about what they're doing with the presenters. So Rory was really working hard on improving his rotation going through the golf ball to improve his release pattern and help him flight down the ball a little bit. Rory can get a little bit flippy going through the shot, a little bit of stall in rotation. That, playing an Open Championship, can be quite tough. So Rory wanted to get that better rotation because that's going to help him get a more stable release pattern, hands more extend left, more stable club face, and it also help him get a little bit more shaft lean. So what he did, he was saying he is doing a drill where he is closing the club face at setup. Now, with that club face pointing miles left, what Rory has to do to still hit the ball to the target is have a ton of shaft lean. Because look, when that club face is really closed and we get more shaft lean, you can see how that club face starts to point a little bit squarer. So what his body would instinctively do to do that is rotate more, because better rotation, more rotation creates more shaft lean. So Rory just hitting that shot with that club face closed, trying to hit it to the target, gave him those impact conditions that he wants to. Better rotation, better shaft lean. So absolutely brilliant drill for amateur golfers out there to get more out of their distance, because I see so often with golfers them coming through the shot, stalling out their rotation and throwing the hands. So where that club head massively beats the hands and throws into the ball, that adds loft, that ends up in these big, high, floaty iron shots. Like you can see, that really don't go anywhere. So this really teaches the body to do the opposite of that. Like we said with why Rory was doing it, to rotate more, to get better shaft lean. The exact same thing. So if you guys out there can get yourself to close off that club face and then hit that ball to target, really get yourself doing that. That's your only intent. Your body is going to then instinctively rotate more to get more shaft lean, and you're going to hit these extremely powerful, boring ball flights via just doing that. And at times, as you can see here, which is the crazy thing, look at how at times the ball is actually starting a little bit right of the line there. So let me hit another one, and you're going to see this ball is actually going to start more often a little bit out to the right and come back, because my body's trying really hard to get that club face to square back up. And it might be just a hair open to my target, but as you can see with my club path obviously a little bit on the inside, it's drawing back quite nicely, but a really, really good one. So if I really go at one, if we get one that's going, let's say starting more straight on line, really gonna turn hard. So as you can see there, that strike was so good. And as you can see, the distance is so much better. So for you guys that want to flight that ball down, get more out of it without necessarily swinging faster, even though you naturally will, this is how you do it. So let's talk about more the intricacies of this, how to get it into your swing when you're not doing it. So before we get into that, guys, the launch monitor that you've been seeing popping up on the screen of my shots that I'm hitting, if you want one of these, this is the FlightScope Mevo Plus, and I have partnered with FlightScope also. So if you want a 10% discount off the FlightScope Mevo Plus, which you see in all my videos, all you need to do at checkout is type in Chown Mevo. That'll get you 10% off, which of course is a great discount off this. Going into the off season, it's brilliant to have one of these at your disposal to get your numbers in a good spot and to really know how far you're hitting the golf ball. You need to know going into that to get the right yardages. So many ways you can practice with this. I would recommend the Pro package because it gives you more intricate details in, let's say, angle of attack, your club path, your face path, great stuff. So again, link in description, Chown Mevo, FlightScope Mevo Plus. I'd recommend it. Been using it for a year, absolutely brilliant product. I wouldn't be recommending anything unless I think it is absolutely awesome for you guys. So let's get into it. How to do the drill in a little bit more intricate detail and how to get it into your game when you're not doing the drill. So, okay, when we're stepping into that golf ball, we can either close the club face as we're setting up to it, so normal face there and then closing it, or we can just walk into it already closed. Both works absolutely fine, just whatever way you prefer. So I quite like to set up to it just closed here. Now, as you can see, I've got it to where that club face is pointing quite considerably left, as you can see from the top camera there. Now, as you can see now, as soon as I start to lean that shaft forward, as you can see from this angle, see how that face squares up. So as we said, we've got to do that by a good body rotation. Even feeling it, going a little bit forward with the hands isn't too bad of a thing either, as long as we're rotating. So, really from there, you don't have to do big full swings to start off with. I'd recommend half swings. That's what Rory also recommends on that video. So here we go, a little half swing, just making sure we're squaring it up. Hitting to target, boom, love that. So, absolutely, even with half swing, as you can see, it's still gone a good distance. So, okay, that's where you're gonna all see, most likely, with your half swings, are gonna go further than your normal swings. Like we said, 2 to 3 clubs you can really gain from this. And this isn't an exaggeration to get you to click on the video. It really does make that much of a difference, especially for this golfer, so who really flips. So do as much as that as you can, really get in the reps in, swing longer when you get more comfortable. But then how we get that into your swing after that is through this practice method. So if you are going to the driving range or hitting balls in the net, let's say for example, you're hitting 100 balls, so quite a lot of balls absolutely, but this is just the example. I would separate those 100 balls into 10 sets of 10. And I would do out of each set of 10, 7 of the closed club face drill, and then 3 normal ones. And let's say this is my 7th closed club face shot. Oh, that was a good strike. And then, lastly, a ball came right back to me. I would replicate that exact same feeling without the drill. So we know, okay, we've done 7 of them already. So we know what that's gonna feel like with the body. Let's replicate it. Nice. So let's say that was the 10th shot, that was the 3rd in that normal one. Then I go straight back to doing the drill and then going from there. So that's one of the huge things. It's one thing knowing what to practice, and then it's how to practice is where you're gonna get all the gains from. So practice like that, do that drill. Of course, works for Rory, doesn't it? Works very, very nicely. Rory has a ton of drills, he always does. So he's always a good wealth of knowledge for that type of thing. Just looking at seeing what Rory does is a great thing to do for your game. But from here, especially for the flippers, the weak iron shot players, great one to do. So if you enjoyed the video, click that like button if you want more golf instruction just like this. Hit the subscribe button and hit that bell button too to be notified every time I put out a video. So guys, the off season is here. So now is the time to start working on your game in preparation for next season to be the best season ever. So if you want to make changes just like you're seeing here with my students, I want to do it over the winter period, where you're in luck because I have just launched the Winter Improvement Plan. So what do you get with the Winter Improvement Plan? You get 4 lessons per month, and it's for all under the price of 2 single lessons. So an absolutely amazing deal. So 4 lessons per month is absolutely perfect for the amount of lessons to have optimal improvement month in, month out. So that's where we can have good interaction, have really keeping you on plan and making sure that we're giving your swing the time and attention it needs to have that massive improvement from off season to in season. So it's an absolute brilliant way to work on your golf swing to get it ready for next season. But any lesson package or subscription on my skill list is absolutely a brilliant way to work on your golf swing. And don't just take my word for it. Here are the testimonials of my students and the massive improvements they've made. So if you want to ask me any questions, you can message me over on my skill list profile and I'll absolutely answer anything you want. And I'm looking forward to working with you and improving your golf swing.